Hey guys, my name is Ghada Al-Faqih. I'm from Lebanon, currently doing my master's in Clinical Health Psychology at Queen's University Belfast. Today I chose to talk to you about something that's been affecting me, and I can just imagine it's affecting a lot of other people as well. Have you ever experienced constant self-doubt, feeling like you're not good enough, no matter how much you work hard, how much training you get on a certain skill set? You just feel like, I'm not good enough. You're not alone. And this is imposter syndrome. A lot of people experience this. We might not see it, but the truth is, we are our worst critiques. We tend to give ourselves the worst comments, the harshest critiques. If a friend comes up to you and tells you, I don't think I can do it, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm good enough, you're gonna praise them and you're gonna remind them of how good they are and how hard they've been working. Maybe this is what we should do to ourselves, right? It's easier said than done, definitely. Imposter syndrome is a term that was coined by Pauline Rose, especially for high achievers and people that experience a lot of self-doubt, especially when they question their skills and abilities. They have constant fear of failure and making mistakes. They tend to overwork themselves by putting in extra hours to compensate these negative feelings or feeling like this is gonna help them. They tend to have traits of perfectionism, so they set excessively high standards and goals. If they don't reach them, they feel like a failure. People with imposter syndrome tend to overlook any sort of compliment or positive praise that they receive because they believe it might not be genuine or it's not deserved. Now, imposter syndrome affects a lot of people. As I mentioned, high achievers, they want to be the best constantly, especially if they're within a very high competitive field, or they're perfectionists. Postgraduate students, because they feel a lot of academic pressure and the pressure to find a career and continue on. Then you have minorities, and you see that one or two members from the family that's breaking the cycle and they're trying their best to actually reach the highest highs. They feel a lot of pressure and they might put a lot of pressure on themselves in such cases. Last but not least, professionals. When you think that you've been working so hard or you've become an expert in the field that you've been working in, the constant thoughts of not being good enough or not having the correct skills, for example, it just tends to be even more and more and more. Now, there are some pros and cons. Starting with the cons, it does come with a lot of stress and anxiety, this constant urge to do better, and this negative self-doubt and critique pulls you down. It leads to chronic stress, anxiety, and eventually possibly burnout. Your self-esteem will also be lowered because of this negative constant loop of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't have the confidence. Eventually this can hinder performance. Why even try? Imposter syndrome can be very positive as well because it can be as a motivation. So it can push us, drive us as students to try to work harder and strive for excellence and build on our skills as postgraduate students. This inevitably leads to self-improvement and growth. So this continuous learning, empowerment, feel like you're gaining skills to keep going. I feel like imposter syndrome humbles us, and as long as it's not crippling and affecting our productivity, it gives us an insight on how to actually go about dealing with people and being close to them, especially as psychologists. Now, I'm gonna give you a few tips to help you overcome these feelings of imposter syndrome. A lot of them stem from starting with self-compassion and positivity. It's important to acknowledge the feelings that you're feeling, recognize the feelings of doubt and low self-esteem, accept them. Look at them as if they're clouds passing without judging whether it's good or bad. It gives you a step back. This really helps. Talk about it. Share your feelings with those around you, with your mentors, with your family, with your friends, or even your therapist if you go to therapy. Celebrate your achievements. Keep a written record of your achievements to this date. Remind yourself of these achievements. And most importantly, take the time to celebrate them. You deserve it. Be kind to yourself. If you're kind to a stranger or to your friend, you can be kind to yourself as well. Actually, you should be. Set realistic goals. Sometimes it can backfire if we put goals and feel like we're not reaching them. So do what suits you. What helps me is writing a to-do list. I put them on a priority and I just go about one after the other. Don't be shy and don't be afraid. Seek feedback and don't hold back on that. It's very important to seek feedback, which can help you gain a more accurate assessment of your abilities. Last but not least, join support groups, connect with others, especially those who share similar experiences, and they'll foster a lot of feelings that will help you gain support and understanding. Please focus on self-acceptance. Recognize that you might be feeling these feelings and a lot others are. Self-doubt is normal at times and it's part of our growth. Embrace a growth mindset and view these challenges as opportunities to learn and to grow. And don't forget, you're never alone. Seek help when you need it. Thank you so much for watching.